What's going on? What's going on? What's going on, everybody? Rudy Larose in the building, as always. Today is an exciting day for me, and I'm going to share with you in a minute why. But before I do that, I want to welcome everybody to the show tonight. I know you weren't expecting it. I know your boy's been away, but your boy's been on vacation for a minute. But I wanna start this show right. I want to start it right. So, Mr. Producer, let's just give the people a little incentive to get up and start moving because we need some inspiration up in this piece. Because tonight is gonna be a special night. Because tonight we're gonna be truck banging. And if you don't know what that's all about, you better holler at your girl in Texas. And I'm gonna tell you who that is in a minute. But I'm excited to be here. This is my joint right here. Yeah. Now, if I can get this person to recite these rhymes.
I remember when they was hating, didn't understand.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Haters are my number one.
All right. You gotta stop that. You gotta stop that. They're ready. They are not ready. I'm telling you, they're not ready for what's about to unleash in just a few minutes. I have a special guest tonight that I want to take the time to honor because for the last several years of her life, she has dedicated herself to putting out some feel-good music, I call it. But not only that, putting out some music that has inspired the masses. It certainly has inspired me over the years. And I have the honor and privilege of having her on the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And I'm super excited to have her today. And I want to share with you a little bit about what she's been doing and what's been going on with her. So check out this clip real quick as we talk about what is happening in a few minutes. All right, go ahead.
Look at the gifts under the tree.
Yeah.
Makes me think about people less fortunate than me. There's so many people on the street without a family and have nothing to eat. Everybody wanna get a little something around this time of year, but everybody needs to give a little something, spread the Christmas cheer. Find someone, tell them you love them. Love is free, it costs nothing. Grab a hand, go and hug me. Spread the love, it costs nothing. To tell them I love you, I love you. Tell them I love you, I love you. This Christmas, hey, there's somebody that don't have no money, hey, working 2 or 3 jobs and you still have nothing to give. But through it all, you still have the greatest gift of all, and that's the gift of love. Everybody wanna get a little something around this time of year, but everybody needs to give a little something, spread the Christmas cheer. Find someone, tell them you love them. Love is free, it costs nothing. Grab a hand, go and hug me. Spread the love, it costs nothing. So tell them I love you. Tell them I love you. Tell them I love you. Yeah. And give them a hug. Somebody out there needs it. And if you have them love under the mistletoe, you can show them that you mean it. Yeah. And make them smile. Give them a season's greeting. Ooh, cause it's Christmas season. Find someone, tell them you love them.
Yeah. Yeah. That's right, y'all. That's right. Coming all the way from Texas, this young lady has accomplished so many things in her life, but to many accomplishments, she's also had some devastating times in her life. And throughout her journey, one thing has remained the same is that this young lady is not giving up. She's fought her way through, and she is here today to share a little bit about her story, about what's been going on in this journey that she's taken for the last several years of her life. I am excited to introduce to some and remind others of the incredible, the amazing, the eclectic mother, writer, author, singer, coach. I mean, she does it all. Actress, I'm sure. I'm sure she does it all. And I'm excited to have her tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to introduce to you Miss Shei Atkins in the building. Indeed. What's going on, Miss Shei?
That was beautiful. I think you was trying to make me cry with all that. I had to hold it back, baby. You almost had me. That was beautiful. I sure thank you for that love.
My pleasure, my pleasure, my pleasure. We have enjoyed you, even watching that small little clip, man. Spread the love. It's funny that was done what in 2018, I believe.
I don't even know what year. I think it was before that.
But here's the thing, it's still relevant today. It's
That's
still
right.
relevant today. I actually saw that for the first time last month in Christmas. So I thought it was a Christmas joint. I'm like, oh man, she got a Christmas
Wow.
joint coming out.
Yeah.
And look at that. It's been a couple years, but today that needs to be a song like Mariah Carey. You know what I'm saying? I mean,
Yeah.
that needs to be out there
I
every
hope
single
so.
Christmas. I'm just saying. I'm just saying, y'all.
I
So
hope
if you
so.
guys love that, make sure you cop that on iTunes, right? It's on iTunes. Spread the
Uh-huh.
love.
And
Yep.
all the digital platforms.
All digital platforms. Spread
Mm-hmm.
the love. Miss Shei Atkins, welcome to the show. I'm excited to have you here today. I'm smiling for. I'm like a big kid right now. You have no idea. I'm like
And
a
I'm
big
happy to be
kid.
here. I'm happy to be here. Thank you.
Talk to the people and tell them, first of all, where are you residing right now? I mean, are you in Africa, in England? Are you in Hawaii? Where are you right now? Let the people know.
That old good old H Town. Good old H Town. Houston, Texas. All my life.
All your life.
Hmm.
Wow. Born and raised, huh?
That's right.
Oh man, born and raised in Houston, Texas. So, born and raised in Houston, Texas. Talk to us a little bit about what life was like growing up in Texas as a little girl. I'm sure with family and things like that. What was it like for you growing up in Texas?
Uh, I don't think it was any different from the average kid playing kickball outside. Cool cup lady, round the corner pickle lady. Um, really cheerleading. In
Hmm.
apartments. You know, uh, I bet you can't get out. I bet I can't. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And just cheerleading for the apartments. And I'm trying to
Right.
see middle school normal. I started singing and don't get in the drill team in high school.
Mm.
So,
But I'm sure throughout up until that point, you used to sing all the time in the house,
oh,
right?
you know
And
what? Yeah, I did. I
okay,
did. I
okay,
sang
okay.
with my homegirl, Gwen. Shout out to Gwen and
Right,
Tammy. I forgot the
right.
name of the group we was in, but yeah, I done had a couple of groups here and there, and singing with friends trying to make it. Uh-huh.
Right,
Talent
right, right.
shows. Yeah, that's right.
Do you have you ever won a talent show when you were growing up?
I think I won one in high school singing
Okay.
702 Get It Together.
702, get it
702 Get
together.
It Together. Because, yeah, that was my era. So that's who I wanted to be like 702, Faith Evans, Mary J.
Uh-huh, uh-huh,
I
uh-huh.
remember. Hey, that little bounce, baby.
What you know
Come
about
on.
that? What you know
Oh,
about that?
hey, that's what I was trying to be. You
You know,
know?
it's funny. Mary J still doing her thing, man. I saw she has a new movie coming out
Yeah, that's
and
beautiful.
everything. Yeah, it's crazy, man. I'm
That's a
like,
beautiful
Mary J,
thing.
she's still
Hey,
around.
I hope she go long as she can.
So I hear the best artists are from Texas. Is that true? I mean, that's the word on the street right now.
I don't know. I don't even know. Everybody is the best to me at what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's just how I think.
So growing up in Houston, Texas, you used to sing and you used to, you the girls kick it up, talent shows and whatnot. And then high school came and went. I'm sure. Did you graduate, go on to college? I mean, what happened during that period of time in
Well,
your life?
I'm gonna go back to I think I was 13 when I had the same manager as Destiny's Child, and I just knew I was gonna blow up. With
Hmm.
her as my manager, I was able to
Hmm.
meet them and Dwayne from Tony Tone, who did a lot of
Hmm.
their production. I was able to meet them, and but she ended up passing away, and after she passed away, I didn't want to sing no more. Ain't that
Wow.
something? I
Really?
bind up that giving up spirit every time something happen. I bind that up. But
Yeah.
yeah, I didn't want to sing no more. So, but I did sing in high school, and then really from high school, a year later, I was married. So I
Wow.
really didn't get to, go to
Yeah.
college and all that stuff like that. I
Yeah.
was a wife, and next thing you know, here come life in stereo.
Mm.
Hmm.
Wow. Wow.
Yeah,
Now, what was your husband at the time? Was he in music as well?
yeah. He was in music.
Okay.
Had been producing, as a teenager
Okay.
from up to now. Hmm.
Okay. Okay. Wow. Wow. So let's go back a little bit, in your childhood. We talk about a lot of different things that happened during the course of your life.
Yeah,
And one of those things could have broken you. One of those things
yeah,
could have just, but I'm done. Life is
yeah,
done. This keeps happening. Talk to us a little bit about that because here's what I know. There's some people that may be watching right now and saying to
yeah,
themselves, she doesn't understand. She hasn't been
yeah,
through nothing.
yeah,
It looks like high school and middle school was all, roses and stuff. I mean, she was hanging out with Destiny's Child. She has
yeah.
no clue what my life is like. Talk to us a little bit about that.
Well, I did get molested as a child,
Hmm.
at 4 years old, from a family member, and it created a lot of fear, in me. But that wasn't the only time. Another time was somebody, a family friend. You know, I think I was around maybe 10 or 11.
Hmm.
None of these people knew each other. I don't know if it was just something on me or what. But
Hmm.
and then I don't even. I'm gonna say a brother's friend.
Hmm.
I ain't gonna say his name, but a brother's
Right,
friend.
right, right,
Where
right.
he touched on me in my sleep. So yeah, I bet
Mm,
it created a lot of fear in me. And it's still
hmm.
in my subconscious mind when I'm asleep. Sometimes I wake up. If I a noise, I wake up hollering. Even
Hmm.
today. So
Wow,
yeah, even still.
wow.
Hmm.
And as you were growing up, I'm sure, one of the things that I hear a lot is that, when kids go back and tell their parents, they have a hard
Yeah,
time believing them.
yeah.
Was that your case as
No,
well?
no, no. My mother actually walked in on my uncle,
Mm,
and he got his consequences for that. But
hmm.
um, the second situation, I think I was kind of scared to. I didn't want to go to no court, and
Yeah,
sit in court.
yeah.
So, she didn't force me to go. And
Hmm.
then the
Hmm.
third situation, I told her after it happened.
Hmm.
So
Hmm.
I
Mm.
really didn't do nothing.
Mom brought your shotgun around, boy. She's like,
Yeah,
look,
yeah,
this won't be happening no more.
yeah. It's really
Now,
sad because sexual abuse can run through the family.
yeah.
So a lot of us have been sexually abused. A lot of women in my
Mm,
family. Yeah,
mm,
it's
mm.
something.
Yeah, I have some really great friends and they share their stories and it's heartbreaking. I mean, I'm from an island, small island called Haiti, and let me tell you, we have our junk over there too, man. A lot of that
Wow.
stuff happens unfortunately. And for in our situation, our case, we don't have authorities to go to, It's
Wow.
just the families kind of have to deal with that if they even find out. A lot of the
Yeah,
kids are
right, right.
scared or like you said, they're scared to say something
That's
or
right.
they're scared of the consequences. What people, a
Yeah,
lot of times people look at them, as they caused it, that type of
yeah,
stuff. So
yeah,
yeah, there's a lot. I get a sense that a lot of the men in our community, they need to hear from women who have been through that, because
Yeah,
sometimes we don't think about it, that there's a lot of trauma that they've been through as well that causes them to behave like that. Would you
yeah.
agree to that?
Possibly,
Hmm.
possibly. I haven't actually just talked to someone to know, if it happened to them and now they doing it, because you're not gonna really hear a lot of people say, "Hey, I'm doing this. I'm
Right,
touching on
right,
somebody."
right,
I don't know, but I just think it's
right.
important, to be careful, where you allow your child to go, because it's not
Hmm. Hmm.
always the person home there, but it could be, the brother of the person. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying?
Hmm.
Or the
Hmm.
friend of the brother. You know what I'm saying? So you just have to
Hmm.
be careful, because you just never know that spirit to get on.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. That's
Even
true.
teenage boys, teenage
Hmm.
girls, women, everybody. So you just have to protect your child.
Right, right. That's really a good point.
Yeah.
We have a little segment on this show. I told Miss Shade I'm going to surprise her. We have a little segment on the show called "How Does It Make You Feel?" And I want you to drop that, Mr. Producer. I want you to drop this next track right here. When you hear this right here, Miss Shay,
See you put your
when
hands
this is done,
come
tell me, how does this make you feel?
on. Let me see you put your hands together. Come on. Put your hands together. Come on. Let me see you put your hands together. Come on. Put your hands together. Come on. Let me see you put your hands together. One time
Hey.
I was like, oh my God, you always come through for me. You're closer than a brother, love like no other. Feels like
All
it's
right, all right, all right, all right. That was my joint, boy, back in
wow.
the
I feel excited when I hear that.
day.
Because I think about when I was recording it, the recording process, the creation process, and I get
Mm,
excited. Yeah.
mm,
I ain't heard
mm.
that in a while. Yeah.
That song, I believe, was beyond its time, because the production, the music, the way that you sung on it, I mean, it was
Yeah.
on point. What was
Yeah.
going on through your life around that time? That was, I believe, that was the second album.
Yeah, it was the second album. I was trying to find a way to bring my sound in,
Hmm.
because I had got a lot of criticism, from
Hmm.
religious church people about certain songs, so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay, how can I find a way to get the church to
Hmm.
embrace my
Hmm.
sound? So I say, okay, well, we came up with the idea to do it in the form of a talk show.
Right.
And so, as you can hear the skits and stuff on there,
Yep. I love
that's
the
how the
skit.
song,
Uh,
the skits and the real life situations, we were able
right.
to sing about it without feeling bad.
Yep. Checks. Wait, cash, no checks. I got
Yeah,
bills to
yeah,
pay.
yeah. Yeah, yeah. I got shot one time. Come on
Yeah.
now. That happened too. Growing, I
We
forgot about
gonna go
that.
there. We
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
go
yeah.
there. We
Yeah.
gonna go
All right.
there.
So
so
yeah.
so take me back. So 19 years old, you get out of school, you get out of high school, and right after high school, you get married.
Yeah,
Wow.
I did. Cause at the church that I went to, it was normal. Our pastors, they got married young, so they had a marriage
Hmm.
ministry. So they taught on marriage a lot. So a lot of people, followed in, the footsteps of getting married young.
Hmm.
So it was
Hmm.
normal, where I was
Hmm.
as far as that atmosphere.
Hmm.
It wasn't
Hmm.
unusual to get married young.
Wow. And
Hmm.
do you and now that you think back, back then, do you think that was the right thing for you at the time, or do you think, how do you feel about that?
Well, I never regret anything. I think it helped me to learn what I know now.
Hmm.
Without that experience, I would never come to, the lessons that I've learned from it.
Right,
I would have had a different path, and who knows what that path would have been.
right, right,
But that
right.
that path taught me a lot.
Mm,
It gave me my
wow.
ministry.
Hmm. Hmm.
Yeah.
And so you get married at 19,
Hmm.
and then a couple years later, you come out with the first album, Life in Stereo.
Yeah.
Now, when you got married, was there some kind of conversation about you becoming, an artist, or was that always something that you talked about, or did you just kind of fell into it?
Well, since he produced, he kind of pulled it out of me, because I was just happy being in the background. I wasn't trying to be in the
Mm,
forefront. Like I say, my manager passed.
Right.
forget trying to pursue that, But
Mm,
I sang some background, so I was singing a lot of background. And I was in the choir at church, and so
hmm
he let me know that he saw my greatness, and so he did a little demo on me, you
hmm
know. So I did that demo, and then I did a couple of singles, and I started performing those singles around Houston at different little
Wow.
events, had my dances and stuff, and
Right.
ended up seeing who I ended up signing to, which was Mad Hat and Crazy C. They saw me there, and they
hmm
ended up signing me from those performances. And
Wow.
that's how Life in Stereo came.
Got you.
Yeah.
Got you. Wow. And so from Life in Stereo, you're 22 years old. Your first album drops. Can you tell me, do you remember, and this may or may not be the situation, but do you remember when you first heard your song on the radio? Do you remember that?
Uh,
Or maybe a moment where you're like, oh my gosh, I really have an album like this is really
yeah,
happening.
I think they played my hymn on the radio.
hmm
I can't remember. Oh, a Temptation.
Okay.
Yeah, they were playing Temptation. Houston was supporting me and other, stations in different cities and stuff like that. Yeah, I was excited. I was excited because I ended up performing at Mega Fest
Yep.
from that album. So I'm like,
Wow.
"Woo, come on, Lord!" You know, big things was happening. That was
Yeah.
the Cat Jones era and the Holy Hip Hop
There you
Award.
go. There
So
you
it
go.
was really the Holy Hip Hop from Houston, Trey Nine, and
hmm
man,
I
it was
was
going
there.
down.
So funny story is my wife actually met you at Holy Hip Hop.
Wow, which one in
Yep.
Atlanta?
Yep. The one in Atlanta.
Come on, and I
Yeah.
won the award too. Come on, Lord,
Yeah.
I win a couple of awards.
So true story, guys. I was talking to my wife and I was telling her, yeah, I'm about to. Actually, no, I was playing one of the songs in my car, and my wife came into the car and then she started singing the song. I'm like, what you know about Shei Atkins? She was like, boy, please,
Come on,
just like that. She was like, and
well,
she's younger than me, like she's 10 years younger. So I'm like, you know about Shei Atkins? That's real
yeah.
talk.
Thank you, wifey.
So yeah, I know, right? Shout out to my wife Christine. I know she's watching. Guys, comment in the section. I need you to comment, hashtag Shea Atkins. Let's
Come
blow it
on,
up all over the place. Let's let people know where she's located. Before we go out, we want to make sure that we put all her information out there. So
come
stay
on.
tuned for that because we're gonna have that information. I want to play another clip real quick. I want to play
Oh,
another clip.
oh
Go ahead,
Lord.
Mr. Producer. Yup. Go ahead and drop this one. Go ahead and drop this one. Yup. Here we go.
I write you a check. No checks. Cash only. I got people to pay off. Let's keep it gangster. What you about to hear right now is a true story. Gangsta. I got shot one time. See, I got the scars to prove it.
Ooh, wait.
Hey,
All the rappers do it. Born and raised out there for four.
Oh,
Above my door. Down
oh,
you like it slow.
oh.
About I got shot one time. Scars to prove it. I used to hit my line. All the rappers do it. Born and
born
raised
and raised.
roll, ain't dripping up off my dough. Down south, we like it slow. The Texas about to blow.
Holla at me, man. It's that girl Shay.
It's the
It's the
ghetto
girl
princess,
that the
amazing.
Ain't
This
this
home
home
folks
folk born
born
and
and
raised.
raised.
Ain't this
Home
home folks forever don't
baby,
take
born
it out. I got
All right now.
out
Okay
there
now.
like,
it's the
hey,
same. That I wanna red, ghetto white.
Talk
This
to us,
ghetto
Miss Shade.
Ludacris,
Talk
it's
to
number
us.
hey, I'm trying to
Please.
remember.
ain't cold in the booth. I'm real in
Real
the
in the
booth.
booth,
I'm raw
raw
in the
in the
booth. My
booth. My
life
life is a
I
trip
got shot
that
one
one
time.
time in the back with a 9 bullet came right up. Man, I promise I ain't lying. Got the
All
score.
right, all right, all right, all right.
Hey,
Mr. Producer, I want to hear her sing this song, man. I love this
uh-uh.
song. But tell us a little bit, Shay, when you hear this song, where does it take you to? I got shot. Talk to us. Did you really get shot?
I
Did
did.
you really?
I sure
Wow.
did. It take me
Okay.
back to when I was recording it with Hatter, playing my daddy in the song, doing his voice. I'ma make
hmm
him hear mine. I don't know if you can hear that in the track. And then it take me back to the experience, 13 years old, being hard headed.
hmm
You know how we do. lie to our parents. We really plan on going to the party, but we got to lie and say we going to this friend house so that we can
Hmm.
go where we really trying to go. So I
Right.
got myself in a split. We went to the party and then I just went, had the nerve to spend the night. So we spent the night
Mm.
just all teenagers doing our thing. The next day walking to the store with my best friend, the guy with the gun, and another guy. So we walk into
Mm.
the store and he like, y'all want to play Russian roulette? So yeah, so I didn't know what that was. So I was like, "What's that?" So my friend was like, when they put the gun to your head or whatever, and I'm trying to be tight. Hell no, I don't want to play that. So somehow I end up walking ahead of them. With no first, he say ain't no bullets in there. He put it on my friend arm and clicked it. Nothing happened. Then he kind of put it to his head and clicked and nothing happened. So yeah, I'm walking ahead of them to the store, and next thing you know, I heard, pow! Man, that thing went through, hit that bone.
Oh
It
my
came out. Yes,
God.
Lord, the grace of God, cause he ain't got no aim.
Wow.
So yeah, I ended up going to the emergency room, and God was good. We was scared. My daddy, he was all calm until that night when I got home. Everything was all right. I found a bullet in my left front pocket. So yeah,
Wow.
that was God trying to
Yeah.
show me, hey, look here, can't do what you want to do. So my daddy, he was like, you know what? He wasn't playing because he got to thinking about it. He from Vietnam. Look here.
Mhm,
So
mhm, mhm,
I was like,
mhm,
he was just playing. He was like, oh no, he wasn't playing. Anybody with a gun got to be for real. I'm
mhm,
making
mhm.
him mine. I'm like, oh Lord. So we just kind of put it in the story, baby. We put it in the
Wow.
song, the story of what really happened.
Oh my gosh, that's amazing. That
Ain't
is
that something?
incredible.
Yeah.
So, so fast forward, first album drop, Life in Stereo.
Mhm.
So one of the things I wanted to know during that period of time, we're talking 2004, 2005.
Mhm.
That's the era, like you're saying, Kenton Jones, the
Yeah.
era where music, gospel music in general, was starting to change. Because of course you got your,
Yeah.
Kurt Franklin's and you got stuff, but you got stuff that was like, man, like way out the parks. Like, whoa, we don't know if there's like
Yeah. Yeah.
how were you received, after Life in Stereo, and talk to us a little bit.
I was received good with the youth. It was
Mm-hmm.
just, a lot of old heads that really didn't want to shift with it. But we had our own little community with the Holy
Mm-hmm.
Hip Hop Awards where we can do, what was on our heart without the judgment. But outside of that, it was you know, people put, after I perform, pulling me to the side, look here, you were the world, your hair color, you looking like Sierra and you out there. And I'm like, Lord, have mercy. Come on now. So, I wasn't thick skinned as I
Mm-hmm.
am now.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I wasn't really, it was still something within me that wasn't sure if God was happy with what I was doing, because you can
Mm.
grow up with the secular, the secular and the R&B. So with me thinking about different subjects, I wasn't 100% confident in it, even though I
Mhm,
was doing it and felt like that's what I should be doing.
mhm,
So that's how was able to chip away at my confidence.
mm, mm.
Mhm.
Wow, wow.
Yeah,
And so as you're going through that journey, Life in Stereo hits 2004, and then the next album I believe was 2007, if I'm not mistaken, which is the Lita May Show, which is what we're listening to.
2005.
2005, I apologize,
Mhm.
2005. Um, when Lita May Show dropped, was there a change? Would you say there a change in your life during that period of time? Because you got one album out the way, now you're going into your second album. Talk to me what was happening
Not
personally
yet.
during that period of time.
It was still kind of going up. God was still,
Okay.
blessing me, and I was doing a lot of traveling, still to
Mhm,
different cities and promoting. I got more airplay, on mainstream radio with the Leader May show where he can fix it. And Lord, I love you.
mhm,
So I did tours,
mhm,
the Russ Park tour,
mhm,
and just traveling. So it was going up. And I was
mm,
happy. I was on the
mm,
high. Me, Montana, my manager, my husband,
mhm,
uh, my dancers. Hmm.
Traveling the world.
Yeah, traveling the
What
world.
what was your favorite part about that? What did you enjoy the most?
Just the energy and just doing what I love.
Hmm.
The energy and doing what I love, and just helping people,
Right,
helping
right,
people. Because I
right.
worked at a music store, and they never came to the gospel section. And I say, man, I want the young people to, I want to make
Yeah,
music where they can come in,
that's
and
true.
come to the gospel set. They went straight to rap, and
Right,
R&B.
right,
So
right.
I was happy knowing that I was impacting who
Making a
I
difference.
felt. Yeah, uh-huh.
Hmm. That's awesome. In the gospel industry, I know there's a lot of people. I have a lot of friends in the industry, and I know a lot of times people say, and it's all industries, guys. So let me just put that out there. You know, a lot of times we say, "Oh, it's gospel and blah blah blah. It's supposed to be such a way." Listen, at the end of the day, we all human beings. Whether we sing about Jesus or sing
Yeah,
about a joint, I
yeah,
mean, you
true.
know, we still deal with craziness and stuff like that.
Hmm.
How are you, and in your travels and your journey? How are you, and how did you feel about the industry in terms of what was going on, maybe some changes that were happening, things that you expected, things that you didn't expect? What was that like for you during that period of time?
Like I say, it was good.
Hmm.
The change didn't happen to Girl Talk.
Okay.
It was a high. It was a, success. Even though you had the haters, you know, you got that tight circle of people that were supportive. So you feel like you can conquer anything when you got a good team around you who believe
Hmm.
it.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, it was good. It was all good, regardless of a few haters and
Hmm.
people,
Hmm.
judgmental people.
And were you traveling with your husband at the time?
My manager,
Okay.
Montana, we
Okay.
went everywhere. And if he
Okay.
couldn't make it, Montana was gonna be there.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay, that's awesome. So one of the things that you guys may not know is that uh Miss Shea Atkins has a knack for, how should I call it? It's kind of like theater meets music. You know what I'm saying? And you know what? Better yet, let me let you hear it. Let me let you hear what
Oh,
I'm talking about. Go ahead and drop that, Mr. Producer. Go ahead and drop that.
Why try for time for you to hit the door?
hey,
Love don't left you no more. Now what is this I hear about you cheating on me? You see, I heard from Keisha. Keisha heard from Marie. I can't believe you do this. After all we've been through, seems we've been through hell and back. Now here's something new. Shay, I would never play on you, but shut up. See, I wasn't finished explaining to you. See, I got you now this time. You done played me for the last time. Let me call up my girl Keisha so we can catch you in your life.
yeah, 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 yeah.
Calling Keisha. So, again, one of my
Hold
favorite joints. You can stop it now. One of my
on.
favorite joints, once again, because there was theater to it. There was something
Yeah.
to it that it made you want to listen to the outcome. It made you want to,
Wow.
like, man, what happened? Like, what
Yeah.
did Keisha say? What did
Yeah,
what?
yeah, yeah.
So, talk to us a little bit about that song as it relates to relationships now.
Well, I was real big on marriage, came from the marriage ministry, and I was just big on it. I wanted to help everybody stay together,
Right.
So we got Try Again Part 1 on and 2 on Life in
Mm-hmm.
Stereo. So
Yep.
it's like, come on, let's keep it going. Let's go on
Right.
pull out that Try Again Part 3. Cause what was that? Leader May show?
That was Lita May. Yep.
Okay. So
Yep.
yeah, we got my people together and we came up with a, little R. Kelly style, trap
Yep.
in the closet, you know, and we got the writing and bam, we put it together. Just,
Mm,
things that marriages go through, mess, gossip,
mhm.
and people lying on you, and then come to find out who you thought you sung with was his sister.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Folks
Yep.
be not, you got to get to the truth. You got to get to the bottom of what folks say sometimes.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. 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 I love that song. That's that
Thank
to
you.
this day, man. It's one of my favorite songs. Um, So that happens. Lita May. Now we
Yeah,
want to move to Girl Talk. Girl Talk comes around, and now I don't want to say the final, but the final for that era of
yeah,
your life.
yeah.
Talk to us about when that album came into your life. What was going on during that period of time?
It came in 2007. I'll usually pray before every album. Lord, what you want me to do? So, Girl Talk, just had a heart for just girl talk. Let's talk. Let's have girl talk. For the
Mm-hmm.
ladies, of course, because that's what he uses me to reach a lot. And Lord, I love you. Mainstream. I did a little bit of traveling, but things. It seemed like things started slowing down.
Mm-hmm.
So, I kind of started getting discouraged because I'm like, okay, the shows and slowed down. I have them every now and then, but I was like, I'm the type of person, forget fame, give me the money.
Right.
And I felt like I was more famous than what my money was saying. I kind of
Mm.
started getting discouraged and just kind of slowly giving up, you know.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I had a little high, God gave me a little high when Miss Kim Burse, reached out to me to sing background for Kelly Rowland. And,
Mm-hmm.
we went overseas and I was able to sing. So I'm like, okay, Lord, you ain't forgot about me after all. All right, Lord. But
Right.
that was just a little high. I came back and, kind of got back into that, I don't know, didn't feel like I mattered,
Right. Right.
in the industry. And I think just kind of start giving up,
Mm.
start giving up.
And after
Hmm.
that album, was that when you saw your life, your personal life start to dwindle? Because a lot of times I know what happens to many of us is that we're so engrafted into our, what we do.
Yeah,
I'm a singer, so my life is about singing. If I'm not singing, I'm not living.
yeah.
I'm an actor, or I'm a businessman or whatever. How did you was your identity, in that? Did you feel like your identity when it was
Most
lost when?
definitely. Most
Okay.
definitely.
Mhm.
Because, at that time, I felt validated by, being an artist and
Mhm.
being a wife. So, when stuff started slowing down, it's like, uh-oh, I ain't good enough no more. You know what I'm
Mm.
saying?
Wow.
Things ain't moving no more.
Wow.
I ain't good enough.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, and just, let me see, 2007, 8. I tried to put out one more album, Emotional.
Mhm. Mhm.
But during that time, it was some issues going on in the marriage to where I didn't get to finish that project. So that made it worse.
Mm.
That made it worse right there. Just not being able to finish it, and the relationship had come to a place where I felt hopeless.
Mhm.
And
Mhm.
I pretty much threw in the towel.
Wow.
Yeah, around 2011, 12, 2012. Oh
Mhm.
yeah, I threw in the towel and
Mm.
gave up on everything
Mm.
and
Was
became
there
somebody else, baby.
and during that period of time, see, here's the thing, guys. A lot of times we don't realize that when things are going good, friends come around, family come around, everybody who pretty much are circle, oh, you're great, you're amazing, you're this, that, and the other. But it's when things start to go down and you're
Mm,
looking for those people in your life
yeah,
that's gonna lift you up, that's gonna keep you encouraged. Man,
yeah.
it's hard to find them. Was that the case for you?
No, it wasn't the case. It was more of, you know, my husband was who did my music. So now that's kind of slowing down because we're not getting along. It's not.
Mm.
So that's gone, and the career's gone.
Mhm,
So what I
mhm.
got now?
Right,
Who am
right,
I? I'm
right.
nothing. But that's how I feel. You
Wow.
might be like, "Oh, I can't believe you gave." Yeah, when you feel like your identity is in your career and in your title, when those things are gone, you feel like you have nothing. You don't know your worth outside of that.
Mhm, mhm,
And so
mhm.
I gave up for real. You know,
Mm.
I was
Mhm,
I was mad. I was mad at God,
mhm,
mad at him,
mhm,
and I say, forget this. And I just
mm.
became an alcoholic. I drowned my sorrows in alcohol for 6, 7 years. And I gave up
Wow.
on music, and I didn't care if you saw me. If you see me out here, oh well,
Mhm,
Shei Atkins is dead.
mm.
She's dead. So
And that's how I was
Wow.
for 6 years.
Hmm. Was
Hmm.
your family, did you find someone in your family that was trying to pull you out, that was trying to encourage you during that time? Or how was your
I avoided
relationship?
anybody that was gonna try to tell me what I don't want
What
to
to
hear.
do?
I don't want
Gotcha.
to hear that right now.
Gotcha.
So I stayed away from, conversations and eye contact or anything that would lead to what I need to be doing.
Right. Right.
'Cause I ain't trying to
Wow.
hear life is over.
Right. Right.
This is
Right.
my
Wow.
new life now.
Yeah. Wow.
Hmm.
So fast forward 6, 7 years go by and something happens. You had that day of reckoning. You had that day. It's like, you know what? Enough is enough. I can't continue like this. Talk to me about that day, Shei Atkins. Talk to
Well,
me.
what happened was I walked away from the marriage
Hmm.
into the arms of somebody else.
Hmm.
No
Hmm.
healing, no nothing, but just getting rescued from everything, the codependency. And so that didn't work out. And so when that didn't work out, I didn't want to drown my sorrows again. I did it for a little bit because I was really down and depressed. Because hey,
Right.
something else I'm depending on didn't crumble.
Right. Right.
Hot dog, and I'm back to square zero. so,
Right.
so I say, Lord, I was really hurt because I hadn't healed from none of that stuff, none of the pain from the relationships, all that stuff stacked up
Mm,
on top now. So I say,
mm,
Lord, okay, I'm ready to heal for real. Forget this here. I say, show me how to heal for real,
mhm,
without depending on some man or this alcohol.
mhm,
And if you walk me through this healing process and show me how to love me and know my worth, show me what to do, and
mm,
I help others do the same. Just
mhm,
come on, Lord, help me. And so He walked me through the process of loving me, and He put it in my
mm,
spirit to write a song called "Loving Me" and to write a book called "Loving Me" to make it simple.
mhm,
Simple, not nothing hard, just something simple that I can share with people to help them
mhm,
love themselves. And so once I kind of got down what to do, I was able to finish my book and release it like a year and a few months later.
mhm, mhm.
Hmm.
Did you find a lot of healing in writing that book? Was that very therapeutic for you as well?
That was very therapeutic, but most of the therapy was my walking and
Mhm,
praying.
mhm,
I did a lot of walking at the park, a lot of
mm,
walking and praying in nature, and it was just
mhm.
something about praying and talking to God because I had been talking to him. I had gave up on him.
Right.
So I started praying every day,
And he
getting
didn't
back
give
in his
up on
presence.
you.
He didn't. And
Mm,
his healing presence was just, healing me. Whenever
mhm,
I got in his presence, he changed my bandage.
mhm, mm.
And
That's
that's a
good.
lot of therapy, yeah. But I like writing
That's
too.
yeah, yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, did you write a lot of the stuff on your albums?
Some of them.
Okay.
Dre Tovin in Montana wrote a lot of it.
Okay.
My manager in. Hmm.
Okay, cool. So now, you've got, you were able to get out of that situation, wrote a book, and then now you on this new journey. Oh my gosh. And that's
Yeah.
how I found you. I found you on this new
Wow.
journey.
Come on,
I went
Lord.
way back. I went way back to
Wow.
Life in Stereo to where we are today on this new journey.
Yeah.
Let the people know, what is Shei Atkins up to now? What are you up to?
Right now, I'm still walking a journey, but I'm also helping others start the journey if they, need to learn how to love themselves. So I'm a life coach. I got certified as a life coach. So I'm a
Hmm.
life coach. I coach on self-love and healing after a breakup. I'm an author. I've written 5 books on self-love, written
Nice.
and released. And just, promoting
Hmm.
loving me and my assignment. That's my assignment right now to help people build a healthy relationship with themselves. And so I just been
Mm,
doing the work and God been, opening doors for me.
right, right.
And I got my
Um,
show. Yeah, the self love journey.
and you got the self-love journey. So go
Yeah,
ahead and drop
podcast.
that link, producer, Mr. Producer. Drop us that link so everybody know, and keep that up for me for a second. Everybody know where to catch her.
Yeah.
I want to ask you a little bit about self-love. Um, Give me 3 things that I'm gonna ask you two different things. Give me three things that stop people from loving themselves, and then give me three things that help people love themselves. So three things that stop them from loving themselves, and three
Okay.
things that help them love themselves.
3 things that stop them
Hmm.
is not knowing that, looking for validation outside of God,
Hmm.
uh, not knowing that they matter, and not knowing their worth. Yeah, not knowing their worth. 3 things that can help them is to go back and let God's validation be enough. See, it don't sound like nothing when you say God then I really validated you, but it's so powerful. But you have to grasp it and get it in your spirit. Otherwise, it don't sound like nothing. So let God be your validator because He is the one that designed you. He is the one that formed you. He's the one that, just like some mail, put his stamp of approval on you and allowed your existence. He approved of your existence. He made you with a purpose. So you got to hold on to that truth. Wow, the creator. He made me with an idea in mind intentionally. Intentionally. So you can do that. You can make a decision to develop a healthy relationship with yourself. Get to know you, because a lot of times we look outside ourselves for love, to feel good. We look for other people's compliments to make us feel. We look for likes, and all this stuff is good. But you got to get to a place where yours is enough. That's how you know you heal, and that's how you know you whole. So develop a healthy relationship with yourself. Uh, and that includes the mind, the spirit, and the body. Invest in every part of you. Affirm yourself until you believe it, because you're not gonna believe it at first. Get some truth that you want to be true for you and start speaking it. You're not ugly, but you tell yourself you ugly. You smart enough, you intelligent enough, but you tell yourself that you're not. So you gotta flip that thing. I am. Get you some I am affirmations and speak life into yourself and develop a healthy relationship with you and speak life and invest into every part of you, your spirit, and know that you will be no more than how you see yourself to be. No matter how much God is on the inside of you, He's in there. But your mind, you gotta train your mind to believe that you are who He says you are. And that's it. Did he leave? I don't know if he left. Oh, there you go. I'm like, hello.
All right, so Rudy dropped off for a minute. His internet went down, but
Oh, okay.
we got that message. We're trying to bring him back up. But
Okay.
while we're doing that, what we're going to do is play the song "Loving You, Loving Me." So give me a second. Let me put that on.
All right. Not loving me. Come on.
Tired of putting my energy in everybody else while all alone, neglecting myself. Tired of looking for love in everybody else while all alone, not loving myself. Had people turning back on me like I was nothing, stressing, gaining weight, feeling like I was nothing, but enough was enough. I asked the Lord to build me up, and He told me that I'm somebody. I'm going places. I'm going higher and higher and higher. Moving forward into my greatness, 'cause I deserve it all. I'm giving my all to love me. Nothing stops me from loving me. Threw in the towel, I didn't care. Gave up on everything, gave up on myself. I was drinking and trying to take the pain away. Stuck in the cycle, crying out for a change. Had people turning back on me like I was nothing, stressing.
babe. I'm still on. I'm still on. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I deserve it
There we go.
I deserve the best. Won't accept no less. Settle for so long. Left me nothing to stray. I'm mad. Everything about me matters. Moving on, going strong. I'm moving on, I'm going strong. 'Cause I am somebody. I'm going places. I'm going high. Moving forward, forward, greatness, greatness. I deserve it. I deserve it all. I deserve it all. I'ma give my all. I'ma give my all. Loving me, loving me, loving me. Stop me, stop me, stop me. I'm
I'm
not,
loving me.
I'm
I'm
not
loving me.
loving
Loving
me,
me.
loving me.
Loving me. Loving me. Hey, I'm loving me.
Hey.
Hey,
Woo! That is officially my new favorite joint, y'all.
come on now.
That is officially my new favorite joint. I am loving me. I'm
Come
back, y'all.
on.
I don't know what happened. Enemy was trying to bring this down, but we are
Yeah, it
back.
was. It was trying to take
We
you
are
on up out of
back.
there.
So, life coach,
Mm-hmm.
author,
Yeah.
mom of a beautiful baby girl, I believe.
Yeah. 6 years
Um,
old. Mm-hmm.
6 years old, doing impossible things. You're back in the studio, as I know it, doing life
I'm trying to
coaching.
get in there.
No, no, no. There's no trying, Miss Shea. There's no try. There's no try. We doing it this year.
Yeah, we
Um,
are. We
we
are.
doing it, man. I am excited, and I cannot wait for you to bring to the world your amazing talent, but more importantly, your amazing story,
Come
because
on.
it is through the stories that many people who are listening to you and who have been listening to you for the last few years are finding healing for themselves.
Yeah.
And before we leave, I want you to talk to the woman that is watching right now, the one that really is in a really tough situation. You know what I'm talking about. That situation, do I stay, do I go? Do
Yeah.
I continue in this craziness? Do I after this craziness, how do I find myself again? How do I matter? How do I know that God still cares
Yeah.
after all the stuff that I've been through?
Yeah.
Talk to that woman that's going through that right now.
God cares. He loves you and he knows all about everything you're going through. You just have to embrace his love and open your heart to his love. So sometimes you got to just go back to the drawing board and say, you know what, I surrender. Because a
Mm,
lot of times we try to handle it our way, but he knows what's best. And you
mm,
got to do what's best for you. And you may have to leave a few people. You may have to lose people who don't serve your life anymore. Because if
mhm,
it's hurting you more than it's helping you, that's how you know when it's time to let go.
Say
If
that
it's hurting
again.
you, if it's hurting you more than it's helping you, that
Mm,
means it's not serving anything in your life.
mhm,
Because I equate us to being a flower.
mhm,
I was a flower, but I wasn't getting no water. I wasn't
mhm,
getting, I was dying, didn't have no sunlight. And you know
mm,
what? You got to get to some sunlight. And sometimes the place that you're in, you're not able to flourish.
mhm,
And so you got
mhm,
to do what you got to do so that you can flourish, first of
mhm,
all. Because a lot of
mhm,
times you got to move yourself out the situation.
mhm, mhm,
So just, learn how to set boundaries. Uh, how you want your life to look. You want
mhm,
happiness? You want peace? You want well-being? You want joy? What do you want?
mhm,
And anything that hinders you from having that, you got to do what you got to do. You got to put
mm,
your big girl panties on and do what
mm,
you got. I did it. I had to start over. My home, my car, everything. I lost everything. But guess
Wow.
what? God gave it back to me.
Yeah.
He restored my life when I said yes to him.
Yeah.
And I started with the little things. I started investing in me. I started walking, going,
Hmm.
sitting by the water, whatever. Find out what you like. What do you love?
Hmm.
What makes you feel happy? And if it's healthy, do more of that
Hmm.
and let go of those unhealthy attachments. Say
Mm.
yes. Say
Mm.
yes. And reach out
Mm.
to learn some new knowledge to replace what you know now. Because what you know got to you to where you are now. It's time to learn some new knowledge. So if you got to get a
Mm.
life coach, holler at me. My
Mhm.
mentor.life/ Shei Atkins. Or go to YouTube and look up self-love. But you got to get some new knowledge and
Mm.
start making deposits. You done got enough withdrawals.
Mm. I love that.
Yeah. So that's where you start. That's how you start.
Hmm.
In order to
Mm.
make the deposits, you got to remove everything that's withdrawn from you.
Right.
Remove yourself. Yeah.
Right. Right.
So
I love what you said. You gotta start. You gotta enough with the withdrawals. You gotta start making some.
yeah.
Eventually, that negative balance gotta go.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying?
That's right.
You
Or
know.
you're gonna be like me having panic attacks back to back because I was emotionally bankrupt. And they was coming
Mm.
out of nowhere every day to where I had to be on anxiety medication and depression
Mm.
medication
Mm.
because I wasn't getting no water.
Yeah. Yeah.
But I started over. And
Yeah.
guess what? I started flourishing. The panic
Yeah.
attack stopped. I got off the medication.
Mm.
But just the water. You'd be surprised with a little water, what a little new knowledge can do.
Yeah.
What a new
Yeah.
belief system will get you. A new
Yeah.
truth. Yeah.
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 Mm. Wow, I love it. 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 As you know, guys, I'm always about, motivating, inspiring the masses. Of course, I want everybody to, at the sound of my voice, do me a huge favor. Go to Amazon, look up Shei Atkins, go to sheatkins.com, look up her information, go to YouTube,
Oh,
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, you know what I'm
come on,
saying?
yeah, hey.
High five.
Yeah.
you know, you'll find her everywhere. Miss Atkins, you got to get on Clubhouse too. That's the new joint now, apparently, where people are having conversation on
Is
Clubhouse.
it?
So yeah, yeah, Clubhouse. Clubhouse is a new joint. But
Okay.
yeah, everybody just look her up, show some love, buy some books. Her
Yeah,
music
yeah.
is absolutely amazing to this day. Here's what I love about you, Miss Shea. You made music that to this day is feel good music. Like it's not old and man, that's old. Like
Yeah.
I still feel good when I listen to the music, and
Come
I
on
love
now.
it. I love the quality that you put into your music, but more importantly, the quality of a human being that you are. And I
Oh,
honor you today for being on this show. Thank you
yeah,
so much.
so much. And y'all know that God will heal your heart.
Yes,
He will heal your heart.
yes, yes, he
He
will.
heal
You, you are incredibly amazing as always. Guys, be sure to check her out once again. Shei Atkins in the building as always. And I'm excited to have you. Guys, that's all we have for tonight. Tune
you.
on. Make sure you tune on to her show next Friday at
Yeah.
8 p.m. Central Time
Yeah.
on Facebook and YouTube. She's got her own show going on. Make sure you show your girl some love. All the way from the H-Town, Texas. Shei Atkins in the building. God
All
bless
right.
you guys. Hey, take us out with a little chorus from "Loving Me." Take us out the chorus of "Loving Me."
I am somebody. I'm going places. I'm going higher and higher and I'm moving forward into my greatness. 'Cause I deserve it all. I'm doing my all to love me. Can't let nothing stop me from loving me.
There
Hey,
you have it, guys. There you have it. Shei Atkins in the building. Thank you so much. We love you guys, and we'll see you next time. God bless.
bye bye.